Can Suga shock the world and beat Merab Dvalishvili on the rematch this Saturday night? In this video, hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum to everyone.
Suga Sean O'Malley gets his chance for redemption against the now reigning champion Merab the Machine Dvalishvili, right? They fought before and let's get right into it. What I have to say is, look.
Here's the thing, you guys.
Merab won the first fight fair and square. I just rewatched the fight and I still agree that Merab won that fight. Clear as day. But what people tend to forget, what I even forgot before watching it, because watching it live and watching it back is always different. And there's one little detail that you have to do when you watch that fight back. Please do that. If you watch the fight back, watch it without any audio, or if you can take the commentary out of there, take the commentary out of there, just that you don't hear the commentary, because the commentary in this fight is really confusing. And no, Suga said that as well, and that's why I tried it, and he was right, because when you watch the fight without commentary and just focus on the fight was much closer than you might have in your brain. And I'm not trying to say that Suga has a claim to win that fight. I don't. But people forget it was 3-2. It's not like Merab won 5 rounds. Merab won 1 round more than Suga won, right? And to think that Suga cannot change that in a rematch is just beyond me. I see why people pick Merab, and I gotta say, look, if you put a gun to my head or give me $1 million to put on someone, I would put it on Merab because he's the safer option. That's what I would always do if they had a fight before and one guy won the fight by decision, right? Because that's a safer option, but that does not mean that that's who I'm gonna pick. Because look, we have to see, how did Merab win the fight? He took him down and held him down and landed a couple of ground and pound shots, whatever. Every now and then he landed on the feet as well, but he did not really hurt Suga in any way. It's not like Suga went out of there being black and blue and limping. Like, Suga walked out of there just fine. Merab probably had more visible damage than Suga after that fight, right? And we have to take that into consideration, because most definitely the only thing that Merab will do in that fight is the same. Take him down, land some ground and pound shots, this time maybe have more urge to finish than last time, but still land some ground and pound shots, and yeah, that's it. Merab is not known to be a finisher. Of course, he can finish. Everyone can finish everyone, but the chances that Merab gets a finish on the ground or in the stand-up or whatever is not that high. And if he does not finish Sean O'Malley has 5 rounds time to finish Merab. And Sean comes in with a feeling of, I want redemption. You have to see the circumstance. In the first fight, Sean was the active champion, just had one of the most dominant performances you'll ever see against Chito, probably felt like the king of the world and untouchable, right? Plus, he came in with an injury. Of course, you can always say everyone has injuries, but we still have to somehow consider that, because I know for a fact, since I always train there and I keep in touch with the camp of Sean O'Malley or with the people around him, whatever, that he did not really train any wrestling or grappling for that fight, and that is a significant impact on a fight like that, because you can also see how tired Sean got from the get-ups and all of that. If you're not used to it, you get tired much quicker. If you're in there grinding every day, your muscle memory, everything is there, and you can endure 5 rounds much easier, right? So that will be a factor. Sean trained so much wrestling this camp. When I was in Arizona last time, I saw him wrestle the whole time with people the exact same size of Merab, just shooting on his legs the whole time. So I do believe Sean will have better takedown defense. I still believe that Merab will be able to take him down, just because Merab is so good at taking you down, and Sean was never known to have the best takedown defense, right? But I do think he will stuff some takedowns and he will be able to get up better. Just like in round 1, he was able to perfectly get up. Afterwards, I feel like he just also was a little bit tired in those grappling scenarios. And I do believe this time he will have more success with that. He will get up easier. And we all know that in the stand-up, Sean is a threat to everyone. And especially since he felt Merab for 5 rounds, he knows the pace. Now, Merab is an awkward guy that you cannot mimic that well in training. So being in there with him for 5 rounds is so useful. Same goes for Merab though, because Sean O'Malley is also an awkward guy that's hard to mimic in training, so that was also useful for Merab. We can't forget that, right? But I do think Sean has more tricks in his sleeve that he did not show Merab yet, or did not have the chance to show, more threats that Merab hasn't felt yet than Merab has for Suga. Because, of course, Merab's striking probably improved, all of that, this and that, okay. But the game plan will be more or less the same. The attacks, the shoots, everything will be more or less the same. He does the same every fight because it works. Why change it, right? But I do think Suga will have a much better understanding of that this fight will be much more prepared. And where I see a big opening for Suga, and I don't know, I haven't asked him that, but if they took that into consideration, but what I saw immediately when I rewatched that fight is Merab 2, 3, 4 times per round threw a rear high kick or body kick. Every round, several times, he threw his back leg for a body or high kick. And every time he did that, Merab is so slow with those high kicks there. You can just see that he's not a typical striker and definitely not a kicker. He has good boxing, but he's not the best kicker at all. And those kicks always came so slow, so telegraphed. You can see they're coming a mile away, how his hips get ready for it. And since they come so slow and he always lands on his kicking foot, like he stands in his stance like orthodox, right? And when he kicks, he mostly lands in southpaw, right? And that is a perfect opportunity for a counter striker like Suga to throw a counter, because those kicks come so slow. Your right hand is faster than his kick. And especially since it's coming from the orthodox stance, and Suga, he switch stance a lot, but he stands orthodox a lot. And the kick comes from the right side. That is a perfect opportunity to throw your right hand right down the middle, because when Merab throws that kick, he's not doing a perfect Muay Thai kick where he turns his hips in and he's like nicely defended, you know what I mean? He kicks like that. So his chin, his face is there to be hit. And if Suga sees that and works on that and can capitalize on that opportunity, I do think that is a potential for a finish there. Because if Suga hits you there, whilst you're on one leg, kicking with the other leg, your brain is focused on your own attack, you are very vulnerable there, and when you get a hit, it will have significant impact. Just like he knocked out Aljamain Sterling whilst he was coming in. Yeah, I really see a path to victory there for Suga. And hey, Merab is a beast. He will always come back. He has that crazy fighting spirit. Look against Ricky Simon when he got tapped out and just came back to life somehow. He's a crazy machine. But I do see a good path for a TKO victory for Sean O'Malley here, for a referee stepping in TKO victory. I do really see a path for that. And even if you say, hey, he can't finish Merab, it's not like he can't win a decision. As I said, he won 2 rounds to 3. He can win a decision for sure if he keeps Merab on the outside, if he does not let his back be against the fence, uses his footwork, pushes him off immediately and does not try to engage in grappling too much, does not try to threaten submission too much, but get up immediately when he gets taken down. Sean O'Malley has a clear path to victory in that fight to win by decision as well. That is just a fact.
If you don't know, now you know.
And the only thing I'm worried about, I hope Sean O'Malley is healthy, because having a training camp focused purely or focused a lot on wrestling wrestling training is a training where you get your most injuries. All my injuries that I have, all my problems in my body that I have come from wrestling. I never had any injuries from striking training. So for a guy that is not a wrestler and also does not have the perfect body for a wrestler like Sean's body is not a wrestling body, that's the type of person that gets injured pretty quickly or easily during wrestling practice. So I hope he comes in healthy. I do think he comes in healthy, because I don't think he knows that if he loses that fight, that's a big problem. But I do think Sean can win that fight, and of course I am a little bit biased, I cannot deny that. If you pick with the brain, I can see why you could lean towards Merab, but my pick is with my heart and my brain. It's not like my brain says Merab 100%, but I think Sean O'Malley will catch Merab in the 4th round. I do think they will have competitive rounds. In the 4th round, he will, maybe even that kicking scenario that I mentioned, he will catch him with a counter and knock Merab on his butt, follow him down. He's very good with ground and pound, and Merab will not go out, but he will be not intelligently defending himself anymore and just trying to somehow survive, and the referee will step in and Suga Sean O'Malley will win the fight by 4th round TKO. This is my official pick for the fight, and I do think if he beats Merab, that's a perfect test for Umar. I think Umar needs one more win before he gets another title shot, but I still believe that Merab is a horrible matchup for Sean, but I do believe that Umar is an even worse matchup because Umar has the wrestling of a Merab, but paired with phenomenal striking as well. So I do think the toughest test in the division for Sean is still Umar. But it will be a very tough fight for Sean. It would not surprise me if he loses that, you know what I mean? But my gut tells me Sean O'Malley wins that fight by 4th round TKO. What is your prediction for the fight? Write in the comments, you guys. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, become a member, all of the good stuff. I would appreciate that a lot. Check out my merch, bloodsport.net, link is in the bio. Check it out, you guys. Stay bloody, and until the next one, bye-bye. Bloodsport out.